Hello and welcome to another Age of Sigmar battle report. Today the forces of the Maggotkin go across this arid wasteland to face none other but the legendary Tomb Kings. Let's begin.
The Dark King.
Hello and welcome to another SkaredCast battle report. Today the Tomb Kings, that's right, the Tomb Kings, you heard that right. No Bone Reapers, no Grave Lords. Legitimate Tomb Kings face off against the Maggotkin of Nurgle in this Age of Sigmar battle report. Without further ado, let's dive into the armies and let's get to the action. And there you have it. It is Legend Tomb Kings. That's right, not Bone Reapers, not Soulblight Gravelords, but actual legitimate Tomb Kings. Because that's how I roll. That's how long I've been playing the game. So I'm running a Tomb King on an Exalted Chariot. By the way, a link to all the rules will be in the description. So you want to use the PDF, you can. Because it's not a valid army list, but it's got some cool stuff. Using a Lich Priest, a Tomb Prince, and a Necrotech. Then for my battle line, I'm running 3 chariots, 5 horsemen, and 30. So a double expanded unit of skeleton warriors. Reinforced, that's the word.
There you go.
I got 20 skeleton bowmen, they're reinforced as well. And then I have a Screaming Skull Catapult and a Bone Giant. And this is 1960 points on the nose. I am running a battle regiment. I'm running a Supreme Command Detachment, whatever it's called, and I'm running
Entourage.
There you go, that one. And then I'm running the Command Entourage, and I'm running the Hunters of the Heartland, which is just this big unit of skeletons. Okay, there you have it. And as for artifacts, he's got +1 wound with his command trait, and he's got Manticore Venom on his super sword, which gets +1 to wound now, which is pretty cool. Then I'm running my spell enhancement will be on my Lich Priest. He's got Levitate for his spell enhancement, and I'm running the Arcane Tome on my Tomb Prince to make him a wizard. Why not? There you have it, because I get 1 extra enhancement. Oh, I am. I don't know if I'm getting the Triumph, but it's +1 to wound on something.
Inspired.
Inspired. There you go. How many points to you?
That's a really good question.
Lionel, I don't know.
I have not played Ballistic.
Ooh, okay. Well, we'll figure out. We'll surprise you. Okay, there you have it. Tomb Kings, skeletons, skeleton archers. This is like the only unit I want to use. This unit right here, because no death has archers anymore. Exactly. I'm so sad about that. I miss them so much. And here we have Lionel's. Well, almost 2,000 points.
Well, 1950, well, 65. Almost.
That's right. Who's getting the triumph? Me!
Somehow you got the triumph. I
did.
gotta say, and there's not many opponents that go down that low.
I just didn't have any more models, so I
think you're a scumbag, isn't you? You saw my list ahead. It's like, okay.
That's right. Okay, so we've got a full demon Maggotkin army. So tell us what we're looking at here.
Well, first off, we're trying something new. Most of the time, people are running a lot of mortals. So right now, what you're looking at are my little Nurglings, and these guys are just super clutch. They help me. They give me a little bit mobility because the army's super slow because they come out of nowhere. And then you got 3 blocks or 3 blobs of 20 plague bearers. And they do what plague bearers do, which is sit on objectives, be nice and fat, and be there all the time. And they're supported by 2 units of 3 drones, and we got all little small heroes this time. So a very popular thing in Nurgle right now is everyone's loving the Great Unclean Ones. And I'm not going to say they're bad. I'm just trying out more meat as opposed to having it on one mount, so to speak. I put a Lice Worm in the list just for the obvious regeneration. And yeah, there's some items on there. There's a Wither Stave on the Spoils box, or Spoil box.
Yeah.
That right there. And then we got Tomb of the 1,000 Poxes on actually this guy. Now, he's already a wizard, that being my Poxbringer Herald. But Tomb of the 1,000 Poxes unlocks a mortal spell that the demons don't normally have access to. So that's another tool for the toolbox. He also has Fleshy Abundance. And there you go.
Awesome. Well, that looks fantastic. Oh my gosh, it's going to be amazing. Silly demons. And here we are on the battlefield. We are playing Tooth and Nail. We are using the GW boards, which is actually kind of handy because the squares outline all the deployment zones. So you put 2 of these boards together, which you usually get in like a kill team set, and then you're ready to rock and roll. Tooth and Nail is part of the main battle book, which is this one, the General's Handbook for pitched battles. We cannot put units in reserve, and any unit that's summoned to the battlefield or arrives later can't shoot or charge in the turn it arrives because they're fatigued. So some cool rules. The objective in each deployment zone or each territory is a prime objective, which means it cannot be removed on the 3rd turn. After we roll off for priority, the person who goes second gets to pick one of these 2 objectives to disappear. So it can actually change and shape the way the end of the game happens. Other than that, you get 1 point for scoring an objective at the end of your player turn, 1 point if you hold 2 or more, 1 point if you hold more than your opponent, and 2 points if you do your battle tactic. Because at the start of every one of your hero phases, you can essentially, pick a battle tactic to try and achieve, and there's a list of 8 of them, and you cannot pick the same one twice. So the person with the most points at the end wins after 5 battle rounds. So with that, let's dive into deployment. And here we are after deployment. Both armies arrayed for battle. That's right, the host of Nurgle demons. I believe you're missing a fly, my good sir.
I am missing a fly.
There you go. All the way up to there. And the Tomb Kings laid out like so. I've got chariots, I've got a prince, I've got 30 skeletons, I've got my archers, I've got the bone giant, I've got the necrotech, the skelepult, the sorcerer, then the basically the Hierophant. We'll call him the Hierophant. That's an old rule for all you old timers out there.
The old man.
If you kill him, my whole army crumbles.
Yeah, I wish.
The other chariot unit, the Super King on a super chariot, and of course the other skeleton horsemen. On your end, we have plague flies.
We have plague drones, and then blob number 1, blob number 2, blob number 3 of plague bears. We got Nurglings doing the
screening
because in this scenario they can't do their thing. And then we got the
Spoilpox Skirner, the Sloppity Bile Piper, and I don't know.
Oh, well, you were doing so well.
I was. I forgot.
This is the Herald Nurgle.
The Herald. Okay, you know what it is. There we go. So I did finish deploying before you. I will allow you to go first because I want you to come at me, bro.
Yeah, that's fine.
I want to just have control over. I just want to have control over who gets to go first.
Sounds good to me.
As much as I can. Okay, that's it. With that, I will let you go first. Woo, I'm kind of scared and terrified at the same time. This is going to be fun. Okay, end of the hero phase. The wheel of Nurgle has turned. It's a cool little mechanic they have. It's like an 8-pointed wheel or whatever, or 7-pointed wheel. He rolled a 4, and then every battle round it'll go up and around, and each time it gives like a board-wide ability to the entire game. So that one means that for this battle round, I cannot issue or I can't do heroic actions for my characters. And the next turn, it'll be that I cannot pile in, which is going to be very tough because he can pin me in the zone. But at least those are some of the worst ones, and I can get them out of the way early in the game because I don't like them at all. The spell was failed, and other than that,
Flesh Abundance.
That's right. He tried to give one of his units extra wounds, and with that, he's the battle tactic that he picked was to hold this objective and this objective at the end of his turn to get 2 additional points, which will be a 5-point turn if he does so for holding objectives. So with that, let's dive in to the turn. End of the Nurgle turn. They have advanced and moved back because of flying chariot potential.
The army's crazy, right?
It is. It's legendary Tomb Kings.
I'm enjoying the fact that we get to play a game. That's what's cool about this.
This is awesome.
But this is a really wacky game. I've never played against a Legends army. I have no idea. I just really found out what they can do.
I don't even know what they can do.
Well,
I'm
you
learning.
know what they can do.
I know he can make something fly, and that's fun.
That guy is nuts. If that guy was actually
in the game
in AOS,
yeah, he's pretty good.
He is crazy.
He's pretty good.
Crazy.
Okay, so you get.
This guy fall down.
I did. So flabbergasted, he just fell off his perch. So over here we have, you took that objective,
Yes,
1
sir.
point. You took that objective, 2 points. You hold more than I do for 3 points. and you control these two, which you didn't control and are partially out of your zone, for an additional 2 points, bringing your total up to 5 points. And you spent 1 command point to make these guys run a full 6. So they were back here. The Nurglings ran up. They ran up quite fast, and then you were able to just move them, just chock-a-blocking this objective to not let me take it away. Chock-a-block. With that, though, I have my 3 command points, which I haven't used. I will gain another one going into the next turn. So now Lionel, he will have 2 now. And we move into my hero phase. Okay, so I've done my hero phase. My Necrotech whipped the Skeleton Warriors and gave them +3 to their movement. My Tomb King spent a command point to give the archers +1 to hit with his My Will Be Done. And then the incantation went on to these chariots to make them fly. So they move 20 inches and fly. Whee! Lionel's shaking his head so hard right now.
This is so crazy.
I did a spell, Righteous Smiting, on the archers, so they get exploding 6s normally, but because of the +1, exploding 5s to shoot. And then that's it. Other than that, the Necrotech actually makes my catapult shoot twice. This is going to be so fun. I did pick Conquer, so I'm trying to take that objective back from the Nurgle. That's my objective.
You might
Get back here. I might be able to. We'll see. You did kind of move your whole flank this way. You're like, I need reserves. Okay, so with that, I'm also going to try and get as many points as I can here. So I'm going to essentially try and cram 32 models into here. So I will be spending 1 of my command points to full advance with the Skeleton Warriors. And here we are after the movement phase. With the whip and an auto run 6, I got 30 skeletons within range of that objective, forcing Lionel to redeploy to then get 30 models off that objective as well. And then I just moved my chariots up to take it back. Yes. It was a whole lot of moving and literally not engaging in close combat. The archers can run and still shoot, so they ran with the little horn blower. The bone giant just stayed where it is. These horsemen ran up, and then the flying chariots were here, and now they're here. And the king has moved up as well. So with that, we're going to go into the shooting phase, and we're going to go ahead and put a bunch of shots into, I don't know, what do I want to shoot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The units of Plague Bearers are -1 to hit.
Okay.
From shooting.
Not these guys?
Not those guys. So that's something that...
Let me see my ranges.
They're cool.
So I'm going to do all 20 bowmen are going to shoot into this unit of 3 plague guys. They already have +1 to hit. I could, if you had the -1, I could all out attack them to then offset the -1 to hit to get the +1 to hit. But that's beyond the point. I'm not going to all out attack because that doesn't matter.
Net 0.
Yes, exactly. So other than that, are you doing anything with that?
No, I am not going out.
Okay. Okay, so after shooting, the archers did kill 1 and put some wounds on another. Then I shot with the catapult and the other bows and put 1 down to 2 wounds remaining. And then over here, I've charged into this unit of plague drones, and I've used my command ability to get +1 to hit, +1 to wound. Hurrah! Because of my Super King. Okay, so let's dive into the combat phase. Okay, so end of the turn. The king did go in with the chariots. There's 1 left, 1 wound, and 1 at full wounds. But I did lose a chariot, and 1 has taken some damage from the plague. Maggotkin of Nurgle put little markers down and can do mortal wounds as you slowly melt away from It is a really cool mechanic.
Yeah, it's a really cool mechanic.
However, I do hold this objective. I do hold this objective.
For now.
And I do hold this objective. So I do hold more, which will give me my 3 points.
Yep.
And I did take that one away, which was my battle tactic, which gives me 2 additional points.
Yep.
As well. And with that, we go on to the next bell, which is you can't pile in. The next little circle in Nurgle.
Subtract 1 from charge rolls.
Yep.
And enemy units cannot pile in. Friendly closer. Yep.
Correct. They basically get stuck when they get bogged down in close combat, which is going to be very annoying because I have a big strung out unit of infantry over here this battle round, which will be definitely very, very important. But with that, now it goes on to battle round number 2. So before the battle round starts, we roll a dice and the winner chooses. to go to basically cede the initiative or to take the
That's
initiative.
correct,
Correct. And because Lionel had the initiative last turn, he gets to win ties.
That's good.
Which does mean that he would then get to pick to either keep on going or to make me take a turn if I'm in a bad position, and then he can try
Roughly
and
15 extra percentage points.
Yeah, there you go.
You
I
go.
like it.
There you go.
Cool.
Ready?
I didn't know any about that.
Oh!
There we go. We
That
talked
was the
about the
flex of
tie.
15 right there. Should have been 14. That would have been sweet. Maybe
Would
it
the
is.
Nurgle like to go, or would you cede it to me?
That's a really
Now,
good question.
The good question here is because the person who goes second next turn gets to pick as well which objective
That's
goes
on turn
away.
3.
That's right, next turn.
Yeah.
Like next battle round.
That's on turn.
So, right now he's going to think, well, if he lets me go, does he lose a lot and then he can try and double turn me later in the game to like win the game? Or does he let me go now and then, I get into position and then he can just try and counter me basically?
So right now, folks, I would 100% give it to Ridvin if it wasn't for the fact that the guy's a tactical genius and forced my hand over here.
I did force your hand.
You did.
I did.
And it's not because I'm scared that all that's going to come at me. It's the fact you actually hold the objective now. Mm-hmm. If I give it to you, you score again. Mm-hmm. And that goes against my whole entire strategy.
Which is to score points and stop me from scoring points.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I have to take it. I don't care about engaging you. I'll engage you. I have zero issues.
You have
with
to
it.
kill a few of these models.
Yeah. Well, I also just have to be in more.
Correct.
Yeah.
And push
With
me
more
back.
stuff.
Because there's like a 3-inch bubble. He also puts the
Right.
plague on me and stuff to kill my models and
You
whatnot.
got it. You got
so
it.
right now, the Nurgle are taking the double, not the double turn. They're continuing to hold the initiative. And that also means that if I take the initiative next turn and try and double turn him, then he will pick which objective disappears.
Did you see what happened there, though?
I know.
That's sexy.
It is sexy.
You know why that's sexy?
Why is that sexy?
Because you'll be tempted to take the double.
Of course, I want to take the double turn.
Absolutely,
But
but
you'll
then-
take my one objective that I have over here,
Maybe I'll pick that one.
No, you won't. You're gonna take that one. No, don't listen. Chaos lies. Okay, chaos, pure
What I'm trying to
lies.
say is that's what makes the priority roll so interesting, and the movement so interesting, and what you did. Because I would gladly give it to you right now. And potentially now then weigh the double or not.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, point is, super great that I won it on this roll. Just great anyway. Because now you're going to be tempted with the double. Now you have a real kind of...
Conundrum on turn 3.
You got it.
I like it, which
got
does
it.
mean that it is Nurgle turn number 2 as we dive into the battle round. End of the hero and movement phase. As you can see, some stuff is shuffled around to make room for some attacks on this big block of skeletons. They have some shooting attacks, which will be good. They'll spit at these warriors and kill a few, which will be nice. The battle tactic was Ferocious Advance, so he picked these 3 units to all end within 3 inches of each other. After they run, hooray! The magic phase was a complete debacle with no magic being done whatsoever. Again, for the second time in a row for the Nurgle forces. And then these flies have decided to fall back away, trying to lure me that way.
No. No.
Yes, I feel that that's what you're
they're
doing.
just in that direction. That was a good
The
spot.
king
It was a good
does
spot.
not want to have to go that way. He wants to go that way.
What are you talking about?
He's going to make them fly that way, you see. Other than that, I did redeploy my archers with a command point. So they were here. They moved back after he moved that unit, not the Nurglings.
He was scared of the Nurglings.
Nah,
You're just trying to hide.
I just want to make sure to see where they went. So just making some room here because, Nurglings, they're just going to be annoying, put little poop markers on me, and they'll start
There
crumbling.
is one more thing that happens at the end of my
Which will be
movement.
summoning.
Summoning.
If you want to bring some more Nurglings in, you totally can.
Not exactly.
Oh, a beast. Is it 10 for a beast?
It is time for a beast. It will take all my 10 contagion.
Nice.
So,
What do beasts do? They have a little spitty attack?
well, first off, they look.
They look so cool.
This is a Forge World Plague Toad.
Oh, they look so cool. You're just
but-
using them as beasts.
Yeah, because they're actually also legend.
Ooh, the Plague Toads are legend? You could have totally used them this game.
Legend.
Legendary game.
Legendary.
Legendary.
Wait for it.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, legendary. Then we'll have a slapping competition. It'll be fun.
There it is. I sneezed at you.
You sneezed at me. Well, the beast, which is really a toad, has shown up there,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
And move. Yep.
And some spitting killed 5 of the little skeleton warriors, and I killed them from there. Hopefully, you know, making that charge a little harder. Forcing either a CP reroll or you just fail, which would be ideal. Okay.
I have a lot of options though.
You do. You've got lots of stuff that can charge me, which isn't a
where
big deal.
this would be incredibly cool to complete is just getting more bodies there.
Right. But you already pretty much have that one regardless. Almost.
Almost.
Now that you've killed like a couple of guys.
With this, and potentially this charging, because although these are rather inconsequential, but there are opportunities to load you up with
the plague
with
points,
contagion.
yeah, which do a lot of damage over time.
Over the chip, between my turn and your turn, you're talking like 3 to 6 mortal wounds.
Which is fantastic.
It's great.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
It's great.
So with that, we got some charges. Okay, roll it on camera here. Where do you want to go?
We're gonna do
Which one do you want to do first? Okay. Now, in AOS, you don't have to declare your charge.
I don't.
Just roll.
But I want you to know where it's going.
Sure.
Right there.
Oh, really? Right here? This one? This one?
Right there.
Oh my goodness.
You know why?
Because you don't like my archers.
You're right. Why don't I like archers?
Because they shoot.
They do shoot. Why don't I like that?
Because I can shoot and you can't.
Well, because you have unleashed hell.
That's right.
Right. And if I pin them, they won't be able to shoot here to peel
That
them.
also makes sense.
Yeah, there it is.
You're
Okay, so let's see if they make it though.
Ooh, I did
Hey,
make it a harder charge.
What is that? Is that a
Nope.
4?
That is a 4.
Is that a 4 that's just gonna stick because, well,
You don't make it.
I don't make it.
Because I did move 2 inches backwards.
If they made it, it would have been nice that you wouldn't have had an opportunity to shoot, but
But then again, Unleash Hell is now only models within 6. So it's no longer
Oh, that's
the unit.
true.
They did
That is
change
true.
it. So even
That is true.
before, if you had one model in a unit within
All of them
9,
would fire.
then all of them could shoot. Now
That
it's
is true.
every model within 6 can shoot.
I just wanted to pin down the unit.
Oh, I know you did.
Really, really
I'm
did.
glad that you haven't so far.
Yeah,
Okay.
really.
So with that, what's the next one? What is the
am
next one?
going to charge with this unit.
Okay. So measuring here, you have to be within half an inch. I'm over 5.5.
Sounds
You have to
good.
roll a 6
All right, let's see what
to
happens.
get in with them.
Oh, there's a 6.
Spicy.
There's a 6.
That is an 11. So that unit, we'll show you. That was the important one. Everything else doesn't matter.
That's important.
I said that was the important one. Everything else
Also important.
doesn't matter. No, I'm not going to
important.
show it on camera. Bye, everybody.
Fine.
End of the combat, as you can see here, they rolled really high, so they were able to get into the skeleton archers, which was hilarious. And then there's one big unit of 20 here, and they pulled in my Tomb King and my chariots because it got a little too far front to the front line, which means they're now engaged because it's a 3-inch engagement range, but they only have a 1-inch and 2-inch reach, which means I might only be able to attack with 1 or 2 things. Other than that, I can't pile in because of the contagion wheel. So they're kind of stuck right here. And then the plague drones have flown this way to pin this little corner here. So with that, Lionel gets to pick one of his units to attack with. Wow, what a turn. I have disease everywhere. This unit has lost 2/3 of their number. I did have to use my last command point to keep them from crumbling into dust.
Would have been nice.
They
Or
would have
rotting
been nice.
away. Rotting away is what.
Correct. They would have rotted away because we're playing Nurgle. But my whole army is now in. I killed 1 plague bear from each unit. I put 1 wound on each unit as well. Over here, I took 1 more wound on there. But with that, you will have done your advance. You get 2 points.
Yeah.
You don't hold that objective.
Nope.
You only hold 2.
Yeah.
So you do get 4 points to your primary
Yes.
as we move into my battle round number 2. So I have to pick my battle tactic this turn. And I'm going to be picking... so I get 1 more command point, and so does Lionel. We both get a command point. He has 2 to my 1 command point. I'm going to go ahead and pick my battle tactic. This is going to be interesting. I need to see what battle tactics I have available to do. I'm going to go ahead and pick Savage Spearhead. That means I have to have 2 units wholly within my opponent's territory, which is like a weird like that.
Fluffy thing.
Exactly. At the start of my... because I have banners, I bring models back to life. So 1 cherry comes back to life for wounds, boop, because that's what my banner does.
It just does that automatically.
Yep. And D6 little skeletons come back for 5. Yay! Come on, skeletons. Good job. I also have a banner in my archer unit, and 2 archers from the ones you killed come back as well. I only have 1 command point, so let's do some heroic actions. I'm going to go ahead and select heroic inspired presence or inspired leadership on my Tomb King. Oh yeah, he knows how to handle little skellies.
Where's your wizard? He's over there.
I have a wizard here, and I have a wizard here.
Oh yeah, because he has a tomb, right?
He does have the arcane tome, correct?
A tome. Sorry.
He has the tome.
Oh, so that guy is in.
Oh, you mean for a heroic?
Yeah, I'm gonna yell a spell down. From
Gonna spell down? Okay,
yeah.
Cool. I will attempt to do. So we'll go ahead with you, and I'm going to try and. Oh, that'd be so funny. Do I want to do that?
Don't.
Levitate something? No.
Don't do it.
He's gonna try and do an shield onto the skeletons.
Not like this.
Hiya! Oh, his
missed
brain's
it.
gonna hurt. His brain takes 3 mortal wounds.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, ouch! That kind of stings. Uh oh. That was bad. That was not good. We'll just do. I'm just gonna do righteous smiting on the archers.
Okay.
Hiya!
Oh my god.
Okay. He takes 3 too. What's going on? What's going on, Lionel? I don't understand. He's
You
hurt.
know what it is? You're playing a legendary army.
I am. This is not legendary at all.
This is a legendary moment.
This is
I
a
have
legendary-
never ever seen someone do that twice.
No, I'm glad it was caught on camera.
This is
No.
To be out of position.
I had to, readjust. I was able to whip the little skeletons so they go a little faster, and then I rolled quite high, so they rolled 20. So Aaron, they just moved blocking here. These chariots were able to get around into the terrain. Past the terrain. The Kings of Stay, they're just gonna go try kill some flies. Sure, that'll be fun.
But that was insane, though.
Oh, it's crazy. It was crazy. He has 2 wounds left. He has 3 wounds left. The little giant has moved up this way. And then I kept my archers there because I'm just going to shoot into the plague bearers. Might as well. And then, of course, I've got my skeletons. And I had to full back my king because he could actually die. If there was too much disease on him, he would literally just die. And Lionel is finding this hilarious.
You know what? That moment where you actually shocked the heck out of me.
It was great.
It was
Whoosh.
an 8-inch
It's an 8-inch whip.
through a wall.
That's right. They just heard the sound and they were like, go! Whee! Oh, and I did fail my incantation. I tried to make them fly,
That is actually
and I
true.
failed, and they took Immortal. Because that was on a 2+.
Because why not?
Absolutely. You know what? That's how we roll with legendary armies. Yeah, Age of Sigmar Late Night Edition.
Oh,
Let's
damn.
do some shooting, okay?
That
I
was
only
amazing.
have a couple of things to shoot. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and
All
charge.
defense on the flat.
Okay, so this king is charged the flies. This bone giant has picked both of these to fight,
Yeah.
right? Because he's closest here, so he'd still have to stay closer to him, so he can't run away from me. And then they're close as well. And then over here, they're just gonna hold. I was hoping to Mystic Shield them, but that didn't happen. But they are shield wielded, so they get +1, and you don't have any
right.
rend anyway, right?
Yeah. And then I'm also gonna pick.
One of the units wholly within.
It's only gonna
So
be this
yeah,
one
the
again.
same unit that was.
Yeah.
+1 attack and mortals on 6s again.
I'm gonna do mortals.
Okay.
On 6s.
Because
I'm
it
also
got
gonna
some.
do +1 attack
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, it makes sense. +1 attack and mortals on 6s.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the shooting only killed 1 plague bearer, basically.
That is it.
Okay, so as you can see, the end of the turn, these little Nurglings put 4 mortal wounds on my giant who charged in with the Slobberty Bile Piper nearby. And that meant that the giant coughed himself to death as the plague just ate at his bones and he
what's
just
also cool about
crumbled.
I score a point.
You did. You kill a monster. So you do a will score point.
On your turn.
That's right. On the battle round, end of the battle round, if you kill any monsters, the way that works, you will score a point from the starting army of the enemy. However, I do have 2 objectives. I score 2, and I get my battle tactic for 2, which means that I will get 4 points that turn.
Very nicely done.
Yeah, there you go. So it is
very
10
nicely
to 9 right now as we move into the 3rd battle round. 10 to 9, in favor of the Nurgle. And now we roll off for the initiative. Of course, Lionel did win. Had it lost turn, so he will win.
So I have a moment where I can decide. Let's face it, we both understand what's going to actually happen.
Of course,
Right?
100%.
Whoever wins this roll is going to give it to the other person.
Well, not necessarily. If I win, I kind of want to take it because of the fact that I'll bring D6 models back and I'll lose that objective, but at least I'll stay in the game. Yeah.
All right. Fair
Okay.
enough. Okay, buddy.
And if you make me go first, then that kind of works. Like, you know,
then
because
I'll
you're
be
going
helping
to
you
take
out.
this objective anyway. I've set it up that if I do have a double turn, it helps me. Like, it's not terrible.
I'm here for you.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this.
Ready?
We'll see. Come on, Tomb Kings. No.
Oh,
do you
baby.
want me to take that objective away, or do you want to give me a turn?
I am actually really cool with you taking the turn.
Okay. Of course. You don't want to give me hold more, like when your army's holding.
Well,
so you're going to give me the turn. That
I am
makes
going to
sense.
give you the turn. I mean,
Which is good because I literally pull these guys out. I need to
yeah,
actually
those guys
get
are
in.
going to crash in and do all sorts.
And then
of
you might
damage.
double turn me turn 4, which then would like solidify your win. But it does mean that I'm hard pressed to do many secondaries, which I will actually do probably the advance one this turn as well. So we'll see
The
what
advance
happens.
one? Yeah, not bad. Well, I mean, you got your king over here who's out of action, so you might as well advance him to get.
Well,
into
we'll
action.
see. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna take a moment to think about it when it comes to my battle tactic.
Yes, sir.
So based on what I have available in terms of secondaries, I could try and hold these 2 objectives, which is not happening, right? Because Lionel, of course, took 1 objective away. So like I am literally scoring 1, and I'm gonna be hard pressed now to get points in terms of primary. But that's how this Nurgle list plays. It just sits on objectives, makes it hard for your opponent to score points. So what I'm gonna have to do is pick a battle line unit, try kill it. I've killed a couple of models from this unit. There's still a lot of wounds left. But let's see if I can kill it by the end of the turn. I do have the ability to potentially get a lot of stuff in there, so we'll see what I can do there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do get D6 little skeletons back from this unit here.
Boo hiss.
3 skeletons. Excellent.
Broken rule.
And then D6 skeletons back from that unit. 6 of them. The whole unit comes back.
That's terrible.
Excellent. I'm going to do my heroic action on my Tomb King. He will go for a heroic recovery.
And I will go for the dispel.
Yep, so heroic recovery on my Tomb King. It goes off, so the little thing goes away.
I would have done it. I would have done it before you did it.
Done what?
You would have done heroic recovery. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's just gonna, and he'll heal his D3. He comes back. Yoo-hoo! He's back to full. Good job.
You
okay.
healed D.
Okay, my Tomb King's gonna try and make the chariots fly. He does. Fly, chariots, fly. Whee! Off to the movement phase, the super flying chariots flew from over there to over here because 20-inch fly is amazing.
It's ridiculous.
Chariots.
Ridiculous.
He rolled a 6 to run, so he ran all the way up here to get every within 18 of his super command trait, which is going to be super fun. And
You should also note that the only reason he's not charging
is because he was physically out of range.
That's
If not, I would have
exactly.
tried to get him in.
100% you would have
Because on that, boxcars would have been like, woo! I did whip these chariots, so they get reroll 1s to wound, which is really good in close combat.
It's not bad.
And other than that, I think we're just going to go into the shooting phase.
Look at this cheeky guy right there.
I know, he's pretty cheeky. I do have 2 command points, though, so I am going to go ahead and use... and I did not get Righteous Smiting off, and I did get Arcane Bolt off, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and use one of my command points to all-out attack. I'm going to all-out attack with my little guy.
That guy?
And yeah, and he's going to shoot into the squad I need to try and kill.
Don't do it.
Let's go. You're -1 to hit always.
Yeah.
No matter
as
how
long
many
as
models.
it's 10 or more models.
Okay, so there's 10 or more. You know what?
There's
Then I'm going to
definitely
shoot.
10 or more models.
I'm going to shoot these archers first.
I am going to go all out defense on this.
Are you really?
100%.
Okie dokie. So with that, I was unable to kill that big unit because they're very tough to kill. 5-up ignore damage and a 5-up save with an all-out defense. I killed 7 of them, which is Nurgle's number. Other than that, this Nurgling survived 1 wound, so it just goes back to full after everything was said and done. And then with the crumblings from the Nurgle disease, I have 1 banner guy left. I lost a chariot and some wounds were put on another. This king is down to 2 wounds remaining. And then, of course, we have everything else that's happening. So I will only get 1 point for an objective. I don't get my battle tactic. And we move on to Nurgle, turn number 3. But it's going to be hard for me to come back from this. Pretty much impossible now that I can't really take these objectives.
Yeah.
So Lionel and I have counted it out, and there's no way that I can come back. So we're going to call it there. More because we explained it. So he's going to go for broken ranks. I have one guy left alive. He's going to get his kill for killing one of my battle line units.
Yeah.
And then he will get hold 2, hold more, which will bring him up to 5 again.
Yeah.
And then next turn, he will have enough to sort of basically move into my territory with all this stuff, which will then give him Savage Spearhead, which he will max out again, which I don't actually have any options right now because of my Giant's dead. It's very hard for me to get through that many Plague Bears. But with that, we're going to be calling the game. However, I do want to give Lionel a huge shout out. Thank you so much, Lionel.
Hello.
This is Lionel. This is
X-Planet
the
Games,
store.
the guys.
The store, X-Planet Games in Mississauga.
Yes, sir.
That's right, in Toronto, Canada. Make sure to come check them out. They're great. Like, of course, right now we're in the middle of COVID, so. But things are going to start opening up, and the game space is massive. There's been GTs in here,
There has
which
to
have been really fun.
the very first one in the area.
Yeah, that's right.
Actually, it was pretty cool.
And of course, Lionel is one of the organizers of the TGX tournament, like Grand Tournament Conference. Basically, it's like that happens at a hotel
expo.
nearby. It's like an expo. It has a whole bunch of games from Age of Sigmar to 40K to a team tournament to everything. So looking forward to when that kicks back up, which will be really awesome.
Well, you've been a big part of it for
a while.
For pretty much since
Or since the beginning.
Really.
I did the streams.
Before
at least
you
for
were
now.
famous, actually.
Thank you.
Not before you were famous. You were pretty famous then too.
Before I decided to go full time.
Yes.
There you go.
Hey, by the way, I want to say what an amazingly proud moment to know you when you moved to full time.
Well, thank you.
I thought
Appreciate it,
that was
Lionel.
such an absolutely brave thing to do. I mean, this guy has kids, wife, house, mortgage. To do this nerd thing full time is such a massive decision in anyone's life. You need a support of like a huge amount of people, and more importantly, your wife needs to be on this. So congratulations to her. I mean, you've just grown so much, man. I am so amazed, absolutely amazed.
Well, thank you for the game, mister. I'd give you a hug, man. But thank you so much. Huge shout out, of course. This wouldn't be possible without the channel Patreons. Make sure you check the links down below and head on over to X-Planet Games. The link will be down below. Check out the website and support your local game stores, or if you're anywhere in the world, just talk to Lionel. Send him a message on Facebook.
There you go.
Other than that, good luck in LVO, because you're going to be using this at LVO.
Not this list, but
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Fine then. Don't use these guys.
Yeah.
Other than that, thanks a lot for tuning in, everybody. Huge shout out to everybody in the GTA. Thanks a lot. This is Skari, your grateful host, signing off until next time. The legendary skeletons.